Trump and his economic gamble, XXL promises, complicated reality. Hello everyone, it's Maurice the expert. Before we start, don't forget to subscribe so you won't miss any of our analyses. And activate notifications to stay updated as soon as a new episode is released. Today, we're diving into a hot topic, Donald Trump's economic program. So sit back comfortably, because between his bold ambitions and economic realities, we're treading on a minefield. Let's get started. As soon as he returned to politics, Trump promised great things. Lower taxes, boost growth, increase oil production, and all that without exploding the national deficit. Sounds good, right? But as my grandmother would say, when it's too good to be true, it often isn't true. So, let's take a closer look at what all of this really means. First, lowering taxes is great for your wallet. More money to spend, more investments for businesses. But along the way, tax revenues are shrinking like snow in the sun. In the United States, income and corporate taxes make up a huge portion of government revenue. Just imagine, if you remove one leg from a chair, it's likely to collapse. Trump is betting on rapid economic growth to make up for it. In theory, a booming economy generates more revenue, even with lower tax rates. But the reality is often less idyllic. Let's take the example of the massive tax cuts passed during his first term. They boosted the economy in the short term, but the federal deficit exploded, reaching record levels. And that's not all. Now, let's talk about increasing oil production, one of Trump's major battles. The idea is simple: produce more to reduce dependence on imports, and create jobs in the energy sector. But this plan, which might appeal to oil-producing states like Texas or North Dakota, is completely out of sync with global climate commitments. You know, those famous international meetings where we promise to save the planet? Well, increasing oil production isn't exactly in line with that. And then there are the consequences on the global market. If the US floods the market with oil, it could drive prices down. Good news for consumers at the pump, but a headache for local producers who might no longer be profitable. In short, it's a balancing act, and the risks of failure are very real. Now, let's get back to the heart of the program. Trump promises that the growth generated by his reforms will offset the loss in tax revenue. But again, this is a risky equation. Economic growth depends on many factors: consumer confidence, business investments, international conditions, and sometimes even the weather. Economists love to talk about predictive models, but let's be honest, no one has a crystal ball. Add to that geopolitical tensions. Remember the trade war with China? Trump could very well reignite this standoff. And if you think this doesn't concern you, think again. A rise in tariffs means more expensive products on the shelves. Yes, even your smartphone or television could cost more because of these decisions. Finally, there's the issue of priorities. The Trump administration will have to make choices. But to choose is to give something up. For example, to limit the deficit, they might have to cut social programs or public investments. And that's always a sensitive topic, because these decisions directly affect citizens. So, in conclusion, what can we take away from all this? Trump's economic program is a bit like running a marathon at full speed right from the start. On paper, it's ambitious, but in real life, the constraints could slow it down. The big question is, will Trump manage to turn his promises into reality without causing major imbalances? One thing is for sure, the coming months will be crucial. And we'll be here to talk about it. That's all for today. Don't forget to subscribe so you won't miss any of our analyses. And if you have any questions or suggestions, the comments are there for that. We'll meet again soon for a new episode. And until then, stay curious and informed, because the economy concerns us all. Alright, goodbye. And don't forget, a Maurice a day keeps boredom away forever.